Hi, welcome to Ian's Insights, this episode on the subject of transferable skills. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and if you want the big picture, subscribe to our channel, System to Success. Transferable skills. Lots of people come to me when I'm in my voluntary role of working with the unemployed and say that they have no skills, or they don't have the required skills for the job that they're looking for. So if we just look at the subject of transferable skills, because I believe lots of people have more skills than they give themselves credit for. If you take a postman, for example, he may have been made redundant. He has an advantage over a lot of other people in that he considers a lot of walking to be acceptable. He considers working in any weather to be acceptable. That makes him very useful in lots of other industries where walking is important and where not being afraid of the weather is important. So that's a transferable skill. Again, a postman walks up and down streets making sure he doesn't miss out any letterboxes, so he could lend himself to any other type of leaflet or catalogue distribution. If you work in a call centre, or you've worked in a call centre, you're already one up on maybe another candidate for a job because you're happy talking on the phone. It's amazing how many people are not happy having a conversation on the telephone with a stranger. They can ring the family, but they don't want to talk to strangers on the telephone. And it was a long time ago for me that I was put in a position where I had to ring up a lot of suppliers and ask for details on things when we were assimilating COSH information. That allowed me to get used to something that I wasn't used to. I had to make phone calls to lots of people I didn't know. In a lot of cases I didn't know the right person to speak to at the other end, so I had to be polite and explain clearly what it was that I was intending to do. So that was a transferable skill. And the biggest one of all, I've only ever been a housewife. I've only ever had children and looked after them. I've never had a job. Well, let's see what transferable skills a housewife has. You can cook. You may not have a hygiene certificate, you may not have a chef's certificate, but if you're thrown in the deep end in a situation and somebody's prepared to give you a break, you're going to be a lot more confident cooking than somebody who has no cooking skills. You can clean. You're used to looking after a house, so you'll be used to basic cleaning principles such as top down, wet to dry, and even if you don't have any specific qualifications, you'll be able to go into an industrial environment and push a hoover around and work a duster. Time management. A housewife has to be excellent at time management, especially if she's got children. She needs to get them up, she needs to get them to school. I'm being very stereotypical here, but I'm not necessarily referring to a housewife. I could be referring to a house husband, so I'll argue that I'm not being sexist. This person has to be able to do all the jobs during the course of the day before the kids come home from school, has to maybe go and meet the children from school, has to have a calendar of events such as the kids' activities, parents' evening, all those type of things. That's a massive benefit on time management, and that is a transferable skill. Financial management. It may well be that the housewife controls the purse strings. The housewife looks after the bills and works out when bills need to be paid and when money has to be in the bank and budgeting, putting money to one side for several weeks until the bill comes in, knowing that bill is coming in, rather than going through life blindly and then panicking when a bill comes. So that again is a transferable skill. So running your own business, for example, would require those time management skills, those financial skills. Not necessarily the cooking and cleaning skills unless you're running a cafe, but just think there are so many transferable skills. Then on the subject of transferable skills, if you're currently in a job that you're not happy with, look around the place that you're working. Look to see if there's anybody doing a job that you would rather do. And do a little gap analysis on what would you have to change about yourself to do that job. So Are there any skills that you've already got that are transferable from your now job to your better job? And can you use some of the time that you're in that position to begin to learn some of those skills? So I'm sort of merging now from transferring skills to gaining skills, but as a factory manager, I used to look over the shoulders of plumbers, electricians, builders, health and safety experts, and I'm not saying I became an expert in everything, but I learned a huge amount of skill in time that I was technically a factory manager. And all those skills have been translated into different aspects of my life now. So never do yourself the disservice of saying that you have no skills. Look at what you have done, what you are capable of, and look how that could be a benefit to either your new venture or your new employer. And have some faith in your own ability. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.